fascinating thing to talk to you about today because I was reflecting, as I often am, about my own experience when I was struggling with my relationship with food. And I wonder if any of you resonate with this. I actually thought, although I hated the dieting, I hated the binge eating, I hated being trapped in that whole cycle and thinking about food all the time, if I'm totally honest with myself, I also thought eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're full and eating largely nutritious food most of the time sounds really boring. On the one hand, I wanted it more than anything, and then on the other hand, I was like, that sounds really boring way to live. So if you resonate with that, then I'd like to have a chat with you about that today, about my personal experience with this as someone who now has a healthy relationship with food. Am I bored? And I'll draw on the experience of clients of women that I work with as well, because that's been a theme that's also come up with the clients I work with in my practice. I've spoken about this before, and this may not apply to you, but in case you resonate with it, struggling with your relationship with food, with dieting, thinking about food all the time, binge eating, having all these cravings, kind of going through this roller coaster all the time, this cycle, however you want to describe it, is devastating and stressful. And it also can be quite entertaining. I found there was a big part of me that found planning my diets really entertaining, planning my weight loss journeys really entertaining, planning binges and binge eating really entertaining, and eating food and kind of giving in and succumbing to eating really comforting and stress relieving. I had so much emotion wrapped up in restricting and eating, and it was also restricting and eating or binge eating was also serving particular needs of mine, which I won't get heavily into in this video. So yes, the idea of eating when I'm hungry, stopping when I'm full, eating mostly nutritious food sounded boring to me. But is it boring now to me? No. All of that emotional space that it held is now being fulfilled by other areas of my life, and more effectively, I might add. Yes, my relationship with food on paper seems normal and run-of-the-mill and nothing particularly interesting to look at there, right? But I'm not bored because I no longer need food or restriction or dieting or binge eating to make me feel excited and fulfilled and happy and content and curious and interested in life. That comes from elsewhere, which at the time when I was struggling with my relationship with food, and obviously my whole life revolved around food and weight, that seemed like a difficult concept to wrap my head around. Maybe you can resonate with that. It can be tempting to think that the way to get to a healthy relationship with food is to think about and focus on food and weight less. So while it sounds like having a healthy relationship with food is boring, what you might be missing is that the way to get a healthy relationship with food, in part, in my experience, is to add in all of these other areas that bring so much excitement and fulfillment and joy in life, so that by the time that you arrive, the fact that your relationship with food is normal and there's nothing particularly interesting going on there, it doesn't feel boring at all. The women I work with specifically are women who are struggling with thinking about food all the time, dieting, binge eating, and are desperately seeking a normal, healthy relationship with food that comes naturally to them. And they consistently achieve this. So if that's something that you're interested in and you'd like, and you're considering getting one-to-one help for that, then know that I see clients from all over the world, and you're very welcome to book in a discovery call with me below, and we can discuss your relationship with food and your personal journey in a little bit more detail to see if we're a good fit.